Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Moving Markets Podcast, our last one of the week. It is Friday, the 23rd of May, 2025. Happy Memorial Day weekend in advance. We're off now until after today. We're off until Tuesday. Nothing going on between now and Tuesday, as the markets will be closed. Plenty going on this morning. I'm sure everyone who's listening to this, whether you're listening with me live or whether you're listening to the recording, you're well aware that this morning President Trump got on Truth Social, and something that in spite of me being in favor of many of his policies, it is something I wish he would not do. He got on there and said that he wants to European Union basically has been very difficult to work with, that the entire formation of the European Union was for the sole purpose of, battling the U.S. and doing unfair things with the U.S. in terms of trade. I tend to somewhat agree with that, but then he went and said, we're going to impose, starting June 1st, a 50% tariff on the European Union. Now, we don't import a lot from the European Union. This is, I believe, the market reaction to this. Once that statement was made, futures were down like 500 points on the Dow, almost 600 points. It's only down 334 right now, and I would not be shocked in any way if we recover throughout the day. As the day goes on, I think you could see this number get closer and closer to a break even. Maybe not on the NASDAQ, because the NASDAQ is also getting hit with this story about Apple and tariffs on the iPhones that are not made in the U.S. That shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. But again, the reaction by the market is very negative. I think every single component right now on the Dow, except for Johnson & Johnson, is in the negative right now. The entire 29 other Dow companies all in the negative. Johnson & Johnson is actually up 25 cents. And this morning, right when the markets open, like within 3-4 minutes at the most of the open of the market, my Johnson & Johnson trade filled. So I am out of Johnson & Johnson. I ended up getting out. Let me correct these numbers because I ended up getting out of the open legs for exactly $2.25. So I'm going to set this at $2.50. I know this is not exactly correct, and set this at 25 cents. And that is, I did that with Walmart. Sorry. I got to switch all of that now. Oh no. Now I'm accidentally cutting and pasting things in there I don't want. There we go. Okay, let me go to Johnson & Johnson now and accurately put this in. These numbers are not too far off, but I'm just going to put that at 250 and put that at 25 cents. And that will be an accurate reflection of where things closed. Not nearly as bad as where it was at one time. At one point in time, Johnson & Johnson was way down deep. Now, not so bad. We're still up at almost 120% on the year in terms of our return. And that's in part because Palantir's given up a little bit today. NVIDIA's given up a little bit the last couple of days. We can officially now mark this one as a closed trade right here, and unfortunately a losing trade for the year. But overall, with where we're at for the year, I'm very happy. Very pleased indeed. NVIDIA, like I said, down a little bit. Walmart down a little bit, but I don't care. I hope you were watching this morning on Discord. On Walmart, we had to roll out this short put that was at the 96 strike that was expiring today, is in the money by almost $1. We bought to close that one, sold to open the one. Sorry, my screen is, I'm getting this same situation where my screen every now and then wants to just blank out. I'm watching it closer so that we don't have this become a constant problem like it was a while back. Anyways, we closed this out. We got a nice credit for rolling it out 1 week. I left it at the 96 strike because I think Walmart will bounce and come back up a little bit, and I think we're going to be actually in really, really good shape there. So our spread trades are looking good. We're still at a very high percentage return this year, considering that the markets with today's move down are pretty flat on the calendar year. Maybe I think the Dow with this move down this morning probably, I want to say it's pretty close to, if not right at break even for the year. If you look at the year to date, we'll pull it up here real quick. Now, the Dow might actually still be down on the year. I take that back. This is where we started January 1, and that's definitely a little bit lower. It got back above break even a couple of days ago, but third day in a row of moving down. And you can see it's not looking so great. But look, the day is early. I think things could come back quite a bit before the day is over. So I'm not stressed even a little bit about this. On the if you're looking at the I'm going to shift gears for a minute. The triple play trades. We've had some really good things already happen this morning. Out of Johnson & Johnson, out of Snow, out of Home Depot. My Home Depot trade has closed now with my full target profit. PANW is down this morning, which means it is trading with both of our put options in the money, but not by a lot. The tricky thing with PANW, Palo Alto Networks, is that while this move down today is good, we've got to see it stay at or below 185 through the entirety of the day. And I'm not sure about that. It's at 184.59 right now. It's only 40 cents away from literally being back out of the money on the 185 strike calls or put, sorry, the 185 strike put. So I am recommending to anyone that's in the PANW trade, the mid price on the put side of the trade right now is at 415. We got into the trade for 420. If you can get out of PANW for break even or better, I say take the money and get out. You don't want to get caught with this thing. I mean, we could go all the way down to, or excuse me, all the way up to 185.80, and that would be break even at the end of the day. But I don't want to risk that. I don't want to be in the trade wondering if it's going to go up, if the price is going to go higher than that, if it's going to go lower than that. PANW is already traded in a pretty decent range. It's if I do my little crosshairs here, let's get that on there. It's already today been as low as 183.22. It's been as high as 185.37. Now, all of that is inside of where our theoretical break even would be. But again, I just don't want to flirt with it. I just don't want to run the risk of a big rebound. And trust me, there could be a big rebound during the day today. It's kind of it's already kind of a strange day in the sense that we're already well off the session low and well off of where futures were pointing. And further rebound on some of these companies is not something that you should not expect. It's not something that's out of the question. So to see PANW possibly go positive on the day would be kind of disastrous for the trade. In fact, this is a little bit behind. I show on my TV screen up in front of me, this just almost caught up. I show the Dow down only 260 right now, 268, 269. It's come back a long way already. So I think on PANW, you got to kind of take what you can get. I show the mid price just jumped briefly to 460 something. Folks, if you can get out of PANW with anything above that 420, I think you got to take it. I'm going to set a limit order right now for 450 because it's just been up right by there for the last few seconds. I'm going to see if I can't exit it at 450. That's still 30 cents per share profit. The mid just dropped to 440. But boy, one more little jump up over 450, 460, and that would be a great spot to get out. We'll be profitable in trade. But like I said, Home Depot out with full profit, Snow out with full profit, Johnson & Johnson much better than it was at its worst point a week and a half ago. So I'm very pleased with all of that. And overall, we're looking absolutely fantastic. Collar trades in great shape. We adjusted SoFi. Almost forgot to mention that. We adjusted SoFi. I added a bear put calendar to SoFi. I'm allowing these options, the ones that expire today, to expire worthless. They're worth only a penny right now, but they'll be worthless at the end of the day. And this was the cost of adding a 13-12 bear put calendar. The 13 strike long puts out in July, the 12 strike puts not next week, but the week after. This one to me, I'm going to say kind of a no-brainer because I don't think, even with what you're hearing today, with tariff stuff. I don't think SoFi is likely to go down below 12. They could cross over and go negative, but even if they do, man, this is so annoying that this thing keeps just blanking out on your screen here. Even if SoFi goes negative, I can't see them dropping below 12. I think that's a pretty good level of support, so I think we'll be okay on that. All right, I'm going to wrap up right there. Watch PANW really closely. It's trading at 184.97 right now, only 3 cents in the money on the 185 strike short put. So watch that one. Now only 2 cents out of the money. Watch that one real close. Take what you can get. Don't let that trade burn you today. Otherwise, everything else we have open looking really good. Thanks, everybody. Have a great long weekend. We'll see you back here Tuesday. Tuesday will be like Mondays normally are. So everything that we normally do on a Monday, we will do on Tuesday, meaning no live podcast Tuesday morning. We'll do it Tuesday afternoon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.